you see her face in the crowd? Now she's gone, no way of ever knowing. Don't cry for me, don't cry. Here's what she'd say. Don't cry for me, don't cry. Shopping in the hall, only empty spaces. Brand new kitchens, black and white. I feel the house is dying, and I'm inside. Now she's gone, no way of ever knowing. Don't cry for me, don't cry. Here's what she said. Don't cry for me, don't cry. Every time I think of you, I just break down. I miss you more than I ever could Here's what she'd say. She said, don't cry. Don't cry for me, don't cry. Here's what she'd say. Don't cry for me, don't cry. Oh no, don't cry for me, don't cry. She said, don't cry.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Tuesday, and I hope that you've had a good start to the week. I can see you guys in that live chat room. Let me get you guys up on screen to see who is in there tonight. We've got Laurie, Rock and Roll Woman, Peter, Bev, Chris is in there, Sam, Lisa, Pamela, Bob, Sam, Bill, Lisa, DCMC, Corey, Kevin, and everybody's going through very quickly. So hello everybody, thank you for joining me tonight, and let me try and keep things organized on the screen. First of all, we've had the live chat room. Now we have the names of the patrons going across the bottom of the screen. My patrons that just make everything possible on the channel. So as you will know, if you've watched live streams before, their names go across the whole live stream all the time. But if this is one of your first live streams or your first live stream ever, hello to you. Introduce yourself into that live chat room. That's what everybody does, and then we just get to know each other. But big shout out to the moderators in the live chat room for doing such a great job as well. You'll see them going through there right on cue. Susan and Dennis and Carla going through, and Carla again, Susan and Dennis, and I can see that I think Neil is about to go through as well. So big shout out to them and Laurie as well. So thank you guys for dedicating your time to the live streams on a Tuesday and a Saturday. So let me try and get everything organised on screen. Because I've gone back to using the mouse, I'm going to have to just be a little bit more switched on as to where I'm clicking, because I'm doing lots of things at once and I have to remember what I have to get on screen. First of all, the likes goal. Let's see if we can find where that is. There it is. And it's 330 tonight, I think. It might actually be right or wrong. Let me just check. And it is 335. So we are 5 off for tonight, which means we're going to have to do a little bit of live shooting from the hip to see if I can change this on the screen and type in a 5. And there we go. So we are now at 335 for the target. That's what we are aiming for. So if you can leave a thumbs up as you come through the door, that would be much appreciated. And let me see where we are at the moment. 165 likes. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. A lot of likes already, but we'll keep an eye on that to see where we end up by the end of the live stream. Of course, if we reach the goal, then we'll have a pick roulette next week. We are having a book roulette tonight. We're having a pick roulette. Obviously, if we land on the t-shirt, then we'll have a t-shirt roulette as well. But we've got 2 more books, including tonight, to give away. So it'll be tonight and Saturday if you want to get your hands on, or a chance to get your hands on, Phil Palmer's book, Session Man. And stay tuned for that, but you can go to philpalmer.com and check out his book there and purchase it if you so wish. Right. We've almost got everything up on screen. There's also the donations tab, just to let you know that 35 to 45% goes to YouTube through Super Chat donations. If you feel like you want to donate, or if you can't help yourself, you don't have to donate. As I always say, it's just great that you tune in. Don't feel obligated to donate. But just in case you can't resist or can't hold yourself back, then yeah, 35 to 45% goes to PayPal, goes to YouTube through the Super Chat window, and on PayPal 3 to 5% goes to them. So just so you get a lay of the land as to where the money goes and the percentage splits, all that kind of stuff. Right, so the first thing to report for tonight's live stream is the fact that we have gone up by another 1,000 with the subscriber number. And there it is, 249,000. So thank you everyone for subscribing, hitting that thumbs up, and hitting the notification bell as well, getting notified for videos, leaving comments, all of that cool stuff. It is massively appreciated, and getting dangerously close to the big 250, which would be amazing, but 249,000 will do for me. So again, huge thank you to you guys for tuning into these live streams as well as checking out the channel, and we'll just see where we end up. I'll keep on pushing forward as always, getting through the requests that are linked to me in the comment section of the YouTube videos, and that's my first port of call to do the analysis videos. I always check the comments first and I mark them with the heart thing and the thumbs up to show that I have read all of them and I have made a note of your suggestions. And this is why I say make sure that you are subscribed and you hit that notification bell just in case I do your request and you don't miss it, because that has happened in the past where people ask me when am I going to get to their request, and I might have done it a couple of months before. So that is a good reason to subscribe. Now if I turn this off, I think the crowd go crazy again. They're just happy that it's now been removed, but let me get rid of them as well. So let me get the PayPal donations window up on screen. There were some donations that came in before we went live, so thank you guys for those, and they disappear as soon as we go live, so let me try and find them on the screen. And we had one that came in first of all from Jennifer for $5. Thank you for that. And the message is, Phil, after hearing your older video about Loretta Lynn losing her song list to producers, can you be signed as an artist and not sell your songs? So thank you for that donation and the question. And it's a difficult one because pretty much nowadays, I mean, you'd have to be on an independent label most likely and have a very understanding label who don't mind you keeping all the rights to your songs, but generally you'll be signing away your rights to your songs that you write with that particular record label. So I think it's really difficult to keep the rights and the publishing rights to your songs nowadays, because the record label are going to justify them effectively giving you a loan to then record by taking the publishing rights to the songs, so that they can have that as their profit. Especially if the songs turn out to be very successful and sell a lot, they will then take all of the royalties for TV and radio airplay, all that kind of stuff. So that is the reason for them putting out that money in the first place, to forward an artist a $500,000 recording contract or more, depending on how big the artist is. But I mean, that reminds me of recently we had a look at Whitney Houston, and that was on Sunday, was it? I can't remember. But yeah, a couple of days ago. Every day just blends into the next. But she was offered a record deal, actually renewed her record deal with, I think it was BMG. But anyway, in 2001, she was given $100 million in her recording contract. And that just sounds like a crazy amount of money, and it is, but when you break it down, it isn't really, because that was for 6 albums with her deal in 2001. And that meant that she had to sell, on average, something like 1.6 million if you're taking as an album for $10, even though it's probably more back then. But if you're taking that as an average, $1.6 million, 1.6 million she would have to sell per album, because she had 6 albums. So when you're thinking about that, her previous 4 albums had sold 30 million, 20 million, 20 million, and then 10 million, I think. And this is all just remembering from what I read before I did the video on Sunday. But it means that she's roughly selling about 15 to 20 million albums, and even though she's just signed a record deal for $100 million, they only have to sell 1.6 million, and the average is about 15 million. So they're still making a huge amount of money from Whitney Houston, even though it sounds like a ridiculous amount of money for a record deal of 100 million. But they were they could have offered her absolutely anything and still made a hell of a profit from her name and the sales of her album that would just happen because of who she was. So it gives you an idea of how much the record labels make on an artist, especially a well-known artist, because they can offer that kind of money and still know that they're going to make a huge profit from that 100 million just lending out in the first place, to record the 6 albums, to go on tour, all the publicity. They know that they're going to make a huge amount more than that in sales. And that was just in record sales. They'd only have to get 1.6 million on each of those albums, and that's not including royalties. And I think as part of the deal, they offered Whitney Houston royalties as well, which means that they were absolutely desperate to keep her on that label, because that never gets offered to artists, and especially didn't back in 2001. But anyway, I digress. It just goes to show how much money record labels make from artists, that they can offer up 100 million knowing they're going to make well beyond that in profit. So thank you for that, Jennifer. So yeah, it's really difficult to keep hold of your publishing rights if you are signing a recording contract, because that's always part of the contract, is to sign over those rights. Orlando has donated $2. Thank you for that, Orlando, as we always have, with a plug of the mug with Orlando's donation. Here it is, and I'll turn it around so you guys can see. Spike the likes, there it is. If you want to get your hands on any of the merchandise, including the mug, head to the tray underneath this video. There's a link as well, I believe, in the description below, in order to go straight through to the spring.com site and get your hands on any other merchandise, such as this particular hoodie that I've got on, and Wings of Pegasus t-shirts and caps, all that kind of cool stuff. Head over to wingsofpegasus.com for guitar picks and necklaces and all of that stuff that Carla makes over there. So it's pretty self-explanatory. wingsofpegasus.com /music if you want to go to the music page, but you can go and explore over there, find all the cool stuff. So let me just jump into the donations window again, because Paul donated $2. Thank you for that, Paul. And the message was, spike those likes, Orlando's back up if needed, with a smiley face. So thank you for that, Paul. And Jennifer has donated $5 again. So thank you for that, Jennifer. And the message is, please, Phil, can you explain more about PPL? Think that is what Phil called it. That pays money to session people. Doesn't exist in the US, sadly. So thank you for that, Jennifer. And yeah, I don't know how it all works over in the USA, but I'm assuming there's got to be some kind of organization that looks after session musicians and pays them their performance royalties for performing songs with bands. So basically, you've got PRS, who I'm registered with, and that's for original music, original artists. So if you've written anything that's getting played on radio or being played online or might be used in the future on movies, all that kind of stuff, PRS take care of that. PPL is for session musicians, and I'm not a session musician, so I'm not registered with them. But this is something that Phil will be registered with. And it covers the royalties, the performance royalties of performing other people's songs, and that's certainly something that Phil is involved with. And did I just say Paul? I think I called Phil Paul. I don't know when I did that, but that's obviously something in the back of my mind that I don't know. I might just imagine that I said Paul. But anyway, Phil, it's because I have an email address that has Paul in the name way back from university. So Paul and Phil are just intertwined in my brain. So it means that sometimes when somebody is called Phil and it's spelled with a PH and not an F like my name is, I sometimes inadvertently call them Paul. But anyway, Phil will be registered, with PPL, which means that everything is covered by them for him with performances. Because he does lots of performances for lots of different events, they'll keep track of all of the royalties that he is entitled to for his performance of somebody else's song. So this is the thing, that if I had an event where other people played my song, even if I wasn't involved in that event, the musicians performing my song would get a performance royalty for that particular song that they performed, but I would get the royalty for them from PRS for them performing my song in the first place. So it's quite complicated, but if you imagine it, that the writers of the song get paid here in the UK through PRS, and the musicians playing that song, if it's at another event, gets paid the performance royalties for that particular event. But anyway, hopefully that makes sense. But those are the two things, the two different organizations. And I'm thinking there must be something over in the USA that has has dealings with that, organising that all, because if everybody has to do that individually, it'll be a hell of a lot of work. There's always a third-party organisation that will keep track of things for you, as I use TuneCore, who keep track of my music online as well. So yeah, that's just a yearly I guess it is like a subscription, but it's just a yearly fee, a one-off fee, and then they take care of everything, just scouring the internet for any Wings of Pegasus songs that are being used, to make sure that I then receive the royalties for that as a songwriter, which is exactly what happens when my song is played as part of that X Factor audition that I did like 10 years ago almost now. So yeah, so whenever that is played, I get royalties for that from Simon Cowell's record label. So that is the advantage of knowing about how TV shows work and being able to use them for your own gains, and just use it for your own advantage. But it's also really important to know how publishing rights work, so that you get what you are due for writing songs and having original material. But anyway, yes, that is a different thing, TuneCore. So you can look into that as to keep a hold of publishing rights for the whole world across the internet. But then for the UK, PRS as a songwriter is what you'll need to be affiliated with or registered with to get your royalties every year from them. So anyway, thank you for that, Jennifer. And I think that is bringing us up to date now with the donations that we've had since we've just gone live. So thank you guys for donating before we went live. There have been PayPal donations. Let me just quickly dive into those. Before I do, actually, we have You Know My Name as one of the covers for tonight, and it looks like that one is 75% of the vote. At least that's what it's saying on my screen. So we have A Design for Life, which is the other song. So make sure you're voting for that, because we'll jump into whichever cover gets voted for a little bit later on. But just quickly, in the PayPal donations window, we had a donation on Sunday that came in at 10:53 in the morning, I believe. And it was Agnes who donated £14.52. So thank you for that. And the message was, thanks for bringing much joy. Also for your unerringly correct use of adverbs. My grammar teacher mother smiles down on you. So thank you for that donation on Sunday, Agnes. And let me just have a scroll up to see if there was another donation that came in from Michael for £5. So thank you for that, Michael. And I'm just going to scroll up again. We've got a little bit off the screen, but we are back. Diane donated £10.89. Thank you for that, Diane. And this was on Sunday again at 3:09. And the message was support. So thank you for that, Diane. And the next one was a CD sale from my website, and thank you for ordering that. And it was Michael that ordered that, so thank you for purchasing my album. And Steve donated £5, and this was at 7:30 earlier this evening. Thank you for this, Steve. The message is, have you ever played a dobro or national steel guitar? What do you think of them? I have seen Rory Gallagher play both. So thank you for that, Steve. And I haven't, played either, unfortunately. So I think pretty much it tends to be more over in the USA that I've seen. Obviously a lot of performances using dobro, but I mean here in the UK, I'm trying to think of when I would have actually even had access to one. I used to teach guitar in a guitar shop, and it was a relatively large shop, but we didn't have any up on the wall there. So I think it's quite a specialised thing here, and something that might have been, I'm guessing, more to do with the whole country music background over in the USA. It's not something that we had hugely here in the UK, so maybe that's why we don't have the same guitars. I mean, pretty much we always have our acoustics and electrics, and our electroacoustics, semi-acoustics, classical guitars as well. But yeah, I just haven't really had access to them, so I haven't played them. Therefore, I can't really comment on them because I haven't had that experience. So thank you for that, Steve. But maybe I'll be able to play one or get my hands on one in the future. But we will see. Thank you for that, Steve. And certainly, I mean, with the music that I'm into, the kind of hard rock, I think generally I just haven't had a lot of exposure to have an opportunity to play either of them. So thank you for that, Steve. Just scrolling up because Tammy has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Tammy. And scrolling down, the message is, congrats again on hitting 249,000 subscribers. I see 250,000 in the next day or so. Way to go, Phil. I'm happy for you. Rock. So thank you for that, Tammy. We will see where we end up with the amount of subscribers, but it's just great at the moment. We'll keep on pushing forward. There are always, peaks and troughs with that subscriber count. So, I mean, when the peaks happen, it is pretty busy. I do get a lot of extra emails and comments and questions and all that kind of stuff. So, yes, it's good when it's really busy, but it's also good for me just to catch up when things calm down a little bit. But yeah, fingers crossed. We'll just keep on pushing forward, and fingers crossed everything will continue to go well. And as long as you guys join me on these live streams, I will always be here on a Tuesday night and a Saturday night, 12 midnight Greenwich Mean Time. And the clocks changed, as you guys would have seen live on Saturday. We suddenly lost an hour here in the UK, which I think I'm almost used to now, but yeah, that was a little bit weird because then the next day just time disappeared because it was Mother's Day here in the UK, so it meant that I had a couple of hours, maybe a few hours over at my sister's house with my nephews who were, I mean, boisterous, I think is a bit of an understatement, but yeah, I was trying to protect my arm as much as possible. But because I had those 2 or 3 hours with them, it meant that I was even more behind when I was then trying to organise everything for the video on Sunday night. So yeah, hectic, but everything is hopefully, I think, fingers crossed, pretty much up to date now, which is great. But anyway, thank you, Tammy, for that donation over on PayPal. And just going to scroll up. I think we're pretty much up to date with the PayPal donations. I will get through all of those and all of the donations in that super chat window as well. Just to mention that on Thursday, I'm going to be chatting with Chris, and this is Chris Lipe that does vocal instruction. He's got a great YouTube channel, and I really like his approach with teaching vocals because it's very much tapping into how to sing, but not necessarily jumping in with lots of jargon and confusing people. He pretty much takes your talking voice and teaches you how to sing. And I've watched his channel probably for a couple of years, just picking up videos here or there. I tend to kind of jump around and find videos where I can, but certainly Chris is one of those guys that teaches in a really understandable way, so it does make a lot of sense. So yeah, that was great to know that I can have a chat with him on Thursday, so just a couple of days time, and I'll try and edit a video together and release it here on the channel, and that'll be, I mean, I'm sure we'll talk about loads of things to do with vocals, and it would be great to pick his brains about just his approach to teaching vocals, but he is a vocal coach, so I'm sure that you can book in lessons with him online, and it'd be great to get into his head, find his approach, and get into his background. And yeah, certainly a guy that I do find very interesting. And a big shout out as well to Warren for introducing me, and Warren from Produce Like a Pro. He's been in the live chat room a few times on these live streams, but Warren has a great channel as well, just with highlighting how to get a foot in the door of home production and how to just get the best sound with what you've got at home. So yeah, check out his channel as well if you do get a chance. And that's Warren Hewitt. It's H-U-A-R-T, and so Hewitt, I believe, is the correct pronunciation. But then again, in an email that Warren wrote, and Chris was in this email as well, so it's kind of three of us, he mistyped Wings of Pegasus as Wongs of Pegasus. So yeah, I said to Warren that I think that's the tribute band. Must be. But anyway, yeah, I do typing mistakes all the time, especially when I'm just trying to type with one hand, because when the other arm's out of action. But fortunately at the moment, the right arm is getting a lot better, which is great. So now I can type with two hands, so it means I go marginally quicker than just with one hand. But anyway, look out for that. I'm going to keep you guys in the loop over on patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. And there's the Patreon site if you need to head over there if you want to get involved. As I always say, it's the foundation of the channel. Everything that I do here is due to the support over on Patreon. So thank you guys so much. You know who you are. So, right, let's have a little update as to where we are with the likes. 265, and we are aiming for 335. So that means we are, a certain amount of likes below what we need. 60, 70, 80, 90, 10, and then 10 again, 20, 30. Is that 60? I mean, it should be easy for me to work out. With 65 and 35, yeah, you take off 30. Is that going to be 60? I do not know. My maths is letting me down today. I think it was 60. It should have been easy to work out. I'm just going to go for that. So if we get to 270, that means it'll be 30 plus 35, then it'll be 65. So maybe it was 70. Anyway, 75. So if we can get up to another couple, 274, maybe 275, then that would then be 60. Okay, we've worked it out eventually. As you can tell, my maths isn't very good, but maybe I was just using my future predicting abilities to know that it would be 60 after that quick spike of the likes. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up and making the maths even more difficult for me. I can see everybody in that live chat room saying 70, trying to let me know that I was incorrect, but it was then 60. So now is it 55? Let's move away from the maths and look at what we're doing in that vote for tonight's cover video. And it's 33 minutes past midnight already, and the cover video for tonight, it looks like it might be You Know My Name. I'll leave it for a little bit longer. And let me just jump into the super chat donations because there are a few more in there. So thank you guys for those. Andrea has donated £2. Thank you for that. The message is, hi Phil, have you considered performing at Pride? So thank you for that. And I mean, pretty much, well, at the moment, I can't really perform anywhere because I'm so busy on a day-to-day basis just doing everything here. And yeah, closing in on 250,000 subscribers means that I get a lot of messages, and yeah, live performance at the moment isn't something that I've literally got the time to rehearse for or play, because it means that everything would then stop on the channel and I would disappear, and the live streams would stop as well because I mean, generally if you are playing any live gigs, I mean, we used to rehearse maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and then we'd be playing at least once a week as well. So just saying, yeah, 2, 3, 4, so that's 4 days of the week that would disappear. And yeah, I do 2 live streams and 3 videos, which is 5 days a week, and then I need the 2 admin days. So it's 24/7, 365 at the moment. But I mean, I consider literally playing any gig. I mean, that's certainly the approach that we had when we were playing live. Just any gig that we could get, we'd just go out and play it. So yeah, I would definitely consider that, and would have considered that in the past as well. So thank you for that, Andrea. And Maria has donated $2 as well. Thank you for that, Maria. The message is, I can't hold myself back. Laugh out loud. Spike the likes. So thank you for that, Maria, for that donation. Great idea. Hit that thumbs up. It would be massively appreciated. Helps this channel to grow and helps this live stream to get out there a little bit more as well. So I can see that likeometer just creeping up a little bit. 287 likes so far. And Jennifer has donated $5 again. Thank you for that. And the message is, Phil, this is in honor of Lena Sue, who just passed away. She was DCMC's sister. She was a fan. So thank you for that, Jennifer. And I'm sorry to hear that. And I'm sure that everybody's thoughts, including mine, goes out to DCMC in that live chat room. But thank you, Jennifer, for that message and the donation. And Orlando has donated $5 just under that as well. Thank you for that, Orlando. The message is, are there unions for musicians and singers just like the Screen Actors Guild for actors and actresses? So thank you for that, Orlando. And I don't really know what the Screen Actors Guild is, so I don't know what it involves. I don't know whether, because I don't know what it involves. I don't know how to relate that to maybe guilds for musicians or unions for musicians. But generally, I mean, I can only talk about here in the UK that I know. And yeah, it is pretty much just, I mean, if you're doing it professionally, I'm taking musicians as something that people aren't doing part-time, because yeah, as a part-time musician, it's not your main source of income, so you're not going to be getting paid, for example, for playing covers of other people's songs. You're not going to get paid for that because you're doing it in your spare time. It's not something that a union or an organization has employed you to play on a TV show or a professionally run gig where they've got a named artist and then you are the musician who's playing the songs of that artist or playing the songs of the event. Sometimes you can have very well-known singers who are at the front of the stage, but they're performing a cover. So the people playing the instruments then get a performance royalty for playing that particular song, but they don't own the song. And then the person who wrote the song then gets the royalty for that, and the singer will get a performance royalty for the song as well as the musicians, because they haven't written the song themselves, so they then become part of that overall band, the overall sound. So yes, as I've said, that's something that's covered here in the UK professionally. But yeah, if you just go out, if you've got a band and you say you throw together a cover band and it's just something that you do on a Friday night at maybe a party or something, then no, you're not going to get any money for doing that, because as you can imagine, it's going to be impossible to police that, because some people will say, I played a gig on Saturday night in 2021 last year, and I played this song and that song, I want a performance royalty for it. It doesn't really work that way. It's got to be a performance and a venue that is registered with these companies anyway to even consider and get a performance royalty. So yeah, so I'm not sure, because I don't know about the Screen Actors Guild, like what they do for actors and actresses, whether that's a payment thing or whether they get paid for, you know, how many movies they might be in. I don't know how it works, so I can't really relate it. All I know about is, musicians, professional musicians here in the UK. But thank you for that, Orlando. And Stardust Unicorn has just donated $5 as well, and support band to Wings of Pegasus. As I always say, thank you for that, and that is a straight up donation. So we are going to be jumping into the cover for tonight, and let me end the poll so that the voting will close. But it looks like, or at least it looked like a second ago, that it's going to be You Know My Name, and it is You Know My Name that has 75% of the vote. Thank you guys over on Patreon for suggesting cover videos and original videos. We opened up with Don't Cry on tonight's live stream. That's one of my songs that you can pick up over at wingsofpegasus.com/music. But we will be jumping into this cover, and Design for Life only got 25% of the votes, and 240 votes is what we received. Thank you guys for voting. We are going to be jumping into this now. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock!
Take a life, do you know what you give? Odds are you won't like what it is. When the storm arrives, would you be seen with me by the merciless eyes of deceit? I've seen angels fall from come inside, things will not be the same.
And there we have it. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. That was You Know My Name, of course, and that featured Kent Johnson in there. Yes, playing his violin. So that was a collaboration video that we did. Of course, taking on the late great Chris Cornell is a huge challenge, but I hope you guys enjoyed our version of that song, which I think I've said before is probably my favourite Bond theme, mostly because of Chris and just his vocal ability was insane. So anyway, I can see that there have been some other donations. I'm just going to jump into the PayPal window because one has come in from Lisa, and let me just scroll down because it's £10. Thank you for that, Lisa. And the message is, it's move night. You can choose between Love and Mercy, about Brian Wilson, Beach Boys, or Yesterday, a world where the Beatles never existed. Which one would you pick? By the way, 250,000 subs by Easter is definitely happening. So thank you for that, Lisa. And I think this is, it's movie night. I thought you were maybe moving house or something. It's not move night, it's movie night. So, I would probably choose, I'll go for Love and Mercy. That's just, and then, yeah, I'll probably watch Yesterday on another night. But if it had to be, choosing between them, I'd go for Love and Mercy. But yes, I mean, I've seen a little bit of Yesterday. So I mean, it's a good reason to go for Love and Mercy because I haven't yet seen that. So thank you, Elisa, for that. And I think Yesterday probably got more coverage here in the UK just because of the fact that it was the Beatles, and I can remember little bits of it, but not too much. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time to sit down and just watch a movie. If I ever am watching a movie, it tends to be in segments that I just watch a bit of a movie and then I get back to what I was doing, emails and all that kind of stuff, and then if I get a little bit of time, then I'll watch a bit more of a movie. And sometimes I know it's probably bad, but if I am watching a movie, I like it to be a movie that isn't particularly difficult to follow, because generally I'm doing YouTube comments and reading through suggestions, all that kind of stuff, while the movie's on in the background. So if it's a plot that I have to try and follow, then that can be difficult. But especially with those two movies, those are ones that I would want to give my full attention. But thank you for that, Lisa. And Bonnie has donated £12 and 34 pence, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you for that, Bonnie, and that is a straight up donation. Kathleen has donated £7 and 30 pence. Thank you for that, Kathleen. And it's another straight up donation. And Paula has donated £5 and 84 pence. Thank you for that, Paula. And this message is Wings of Pegasus YouTube channel. So thank you for that. It is indeed. And thank you for joining me on the Wings of Pegasus YouTube channel tonight in this live stream, and for donating. And thank you guys for these very kind donations. Iris has donated £5 and 11 pence as well. Thank you for that, Iris. And the message is, hello Phil, my husband was signed to Interscope in the 90s for what seemed like an astronomical amount of money, and almost every dollar went to their world tour. But they own their songs, rock. So thank you for that, Iris. So yes, this is the thing, that the amount of money that bands sign to a record label for covers everything. So not only the world tour that might be going on, which is going to cost a lot of money, but all of the transport for the world tours, the hotels, all this kind of stuff. And this is where in the past, record labels have done something ridiculous, like say that the bill for towels was like $2,000 or something, in order to make everything obviously seem a lot more than it is, so that they can just take a little bit more money for themselves. But that is good that they own their songs, because that is a really rare thing. And it might have been the case that Iris's husband read the recording contract and was a little bit more clued in as to what would be involved with the contract, and only signed one that made sure that it included their publishing rights and that they maintained the publishing rights themselves. So thank you for that, Iris. And Lucy has donated £2.49. Thank you for that, Lucy. And the message is, howdy Phil, fellow wingers and new wingers, congratulations on 249,000 subscribers, Phil. Keep spiking those likes, y'all. Join the Wings of Pegasus supporters Facebook page with a thumbs up, some rock horns, a heart and peace. Thank you for that, Lucy. And let's just give another shout out to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. If you are a Facebook user, head over there, get involved, join in, and you can join in the conversation with these lovely people between the live streams. That is the place to be when we're not live streaming. And you can upload your pictures there. If you've got any merch pictures and stuff that you want to upload, then do that over on that page, and then Vince will grab those, send them to me, and then I can show them on the live streams. So thank you for that, Lucy, for that donation. Sue has donated £15 as well. Thank you for that, Sue. And that is a straight up donation. And Carla has donated £5.45. Thank you for that, Carla. Another straight up donation. Thank you guys for these donations. And Carla has donated £18.24. Thank you for that, Carla. Moderating in the house tonight as well as donating. The message is, not today, gremlins, with a smiley face. Now, I'm not sure whether that is referencing the fact that we haven't had any gremlins yet, or that we have had a gremlin and that I haven't even noticed it. But I have got a window open with the live stream going on, and it is working at the moment. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that is just Carla just warding off any future gremlins for tonight. It's 10 to 1 in the morning here, so we will keep on going and hope that no gremlins show up. Jill has donated £7.30. Thank you for that, Jill. The message is, Phil saw Buddy Guy this last Sunday and it was a wonderful time. He will be 86 years old and he still rocks the blues. So thank you for that, Jill. And timeless Buddy Guy, but also just the time-defying Buddy Guy. Thank you for that, Jill. And I know that there have been some donations in the Super Chat window. I am going to be jumping into the book roulette pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. Let me just get through the donations because Kathleen donated $10. Thank you for that, Kathleen. The message is, first time for seeing this live. Hello, Kathleen. Everyone say hello to Kathleen. This is her first time live on the live streams. Any chance of seeing you talk with Sir Cliff Richard this year? Love your music, rock. So thank you for that, Kathleen. And I don't know, I have had contact with Cliff Richard's people in the past, but unfortunately it didn't lead to anything. I can't remember what the problem was, whether it's just a scheduling thing and Cliff was really busy and we couldn't get our diaries matched up. But I never say never, so there is a chance that something could happen in the future. I'm sure that, if I maybe threw over another email for something later in the year, it might be possible, just depending on what Cliff's up to, because yes, he is a busy guy and definitely deserves as much time off and time to himself as possible, especially considering, what he went through here in the UK, which was absolutely outrageous, with TV, the news companies already kind of circling his house and literally showing his house live being raided by the police. Then the court case found afterwards for nothing. It was all just, fabricated, made up and all that kind of stuff. So, it might be possible later on in the year or in the future, because there is that bridge there. But if anything is going to happen, of course, I'll let you guys know over on Patreon as soon as anything's organised. But anyway, thank you for that, Kathleen. And Anna has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Anna. The message is, today is Chris Saleh's birthday. I apologise, Chris, I don't know how to pronounce your second name. But, oh, by the way, the book is on the way to Chris, because Chris was the winner of the book, I think, in the last live stream, was it? Or, yeah, maybe I'm just making that up. Or was it the pick that Chris... I'm getting confused now as to who won last time, but I'm sure Chris has had something sent to him at some point. I just get a bit confused with all of the CDs that I send out. I'm sending out the CD orders, the book. It's all kind of blending into one, but I'm sure something has been sent to Chris recently. Anyway, happy birthday, Chris. I hope you have a fantastic day. Everybody say a huge happy birthday to Chris. And Coral has donated $10 as well. Thank you for that, Coral. The message is, thumbs up. Musicians really know the score. Voice, I had ankle recovering. And if you are still recovering, it was my intent last time to wish you well and more, but you know your recovery is done. So thank you for that, Coral. And yeah, I'm not sure what that means, but... Oh, and by the way, I can see that Carla's just tagged me and says, a book in that live chat room. So I was right. I thought I'd imagined it, that I'd sent something off, or sent the book off, but I did. So I know that it was with other CDs that have been ordered through the website, so that's why I got a bit confused. But I just remembered writing out Chris's address and his name. So that'll be with you relatively soon, Chris. It has been sent, and congratulations on winning that. And yes, being the recipient of the Phil Palmer book, which we will be spinning for in a minute. For it might be your chance, or might be your time to win. Right, let me just get back into the super chat window, because yes, Coral I think was just asking about my arm, and yes, it is getting better. I'm doing the ibuprofen gel kind of 3 times a day, and also taking very occasionally some ibuprofen tablets as well, which just seems to help. I think the major thing was the trapped nerve. That's where the majority of my pain was coming from. And now I can feel the tendon as to whether it's getting better or not, and it is. So thank you for that, Coral. Anna has donated $5 again. So thank you for that, Anna. And the message is happy birthday to Tom Rich as well. So thank you for that, Anna. And for, Anna's wishing happy birthdays today or tonight, or this morning, whatever the time is where Anna is. But it's dollars, so I'm going to assume maybe early evening over in the USA. But anyway, thank you for that, Anna. And right, we'll jump into the book roulette, and then we'll have the pick roulette, and then we will have maybe a t-shirt roulette if we land on one of those. I haven't picked a top tip yet, so let me just throw that out into the live chat room. Does anybody want to be the top tip for tonight's pick roulette? We're not going to be doing it for the book roulette because I think it's a little bit unfair to choose somebody on that, because I got a 0% chance of winning currently because I've never picked the right name. So if anybody wants to be the top tip for tonight, let me know in the live chat room. And I haven't seen anybody who wants to sacrifice themselves yet. If not, we'll just jump straight into it. And it's okay, right. Corey has just said me. So I will make a note of that on this notepad. Right, there we go. So Corey is the top tip for tonight. We are now going to jump into the pick roulette. We'll start with the book roulette. But we will then have the pick roulette after that. So there's no top tip for this book roulette. We'll jump into it, and I'll see you guys in a second. Rock! So let's get the wheel up on screen, and there it is. So good luck, everybody. Let's just spin the wheel and see who is going to win. So this is to pick up your copy of Session Man by Phil Palmer. And something that I've said before, if you want me to write anything in it or sign it or any stuff like that, then let me know in the live chat room if you are the winner, because otherwise I don't want to deface the book. So just in case people don't want me to write anything in it or sign it. Anyway, we are slowing down. It's almost there already, and it's Debbie Z maybe, or Dodge Challenger. And it is Dodge Challenger who is the winner tonight. So congratulations to you. And this is the point at which I say you have to be in it to win it. So if Dodge Challenger can let themselves be known in that live chat room to Carla, that would be much appreciated, so that Carla can get everything that we need from you in order to get it sent, the book sent off to you. So congratulations, Dodge Challenger. Commiserations to everybody else who didn't win tonight, but we have one more book to give away, and that'll be happening on Saturday. So tune in then if you want to have, if you were here last Saturday and you entered, then you will have your last chance to win the book on Saturday. Congratulations to you, Dodge Challenger. Right, let me just reset the screen. And that is the t-shirt wheel, which we don't have unless we land on the darker segments of this pick roulette wheel. So we are now looking for Corey's voice as the top voice. Corey's name as the oh, there it is. I was trying to concentrate on looking at names and talk at the same time, which obviously isn't going to happen. So we're going to give the wheel a spin and see if for the first time ever I can land on the top tip for tonight. And right, it looks like right. Susan and Dennis say Dodge Challenger not here at the moment. So I don't know. And then I think somebody else. Oh, Susan and Dennis says Dodge Challenger. Oh, there you are. So maybe that was a bit of a red herring in there. Right, let me... Oh, we're almost stopping. Marge, Suzanne, Mary or Drenay, 65. And there it is. So, Drenay, 65 is the winner of the pick roulette tonight. So congratulations to you. Now, if you can let yourself be known in the live chat room to Carla, that would be fantastic, so that she can get everything that she needs from you in order to send you the signed Wings of Pegasus pick. Commiserations to everybody else, including Corey, who didn't win tonight, but you can enter on every Saturday and Tuesday if we do hit the likes goal for the previous week's live stream. And it looks like we have hit tonight's goal as well, because it looks like it's 360 is what it just flipped over to. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. You can keep on doing that if you haven't hit that thumbs up, and if you're watching this on catch up in the future, you can still hit that thumbs up. It really does help the channel to get out there, to grow, and for these live streams to be spread around a little bit more. So congratulations, Drenay65 for winning the pick roulette. And I'm assuming that means that I'm going to be sending Dodge Challenger. I'm assuming that that's going to be the book being sent over to the USA. But congratulations to the winners tonight. Let me now try and reset the screen to get everything back, because we need to see the live chat room. The entries for the next week's pick roulette is now open. And because we've only got one book left, which will be Saturday, it means that we don't have to write the book thing anymore, because the last book roulette is going to be on Saturday. So by next Tuesday, we're back to the pick roulette and the t-shirt roulette. So in order to get your name on the pick roulette, I'm going to try and type and talk at the same time, which is not a good idea. I'm going to type I agree, and then Carla Murray, I'm going to tag with the @ symbol, so that, let me just pop this through, so that you can get your name on the pick roulette next week. If this is your first live stream and your first time seeing the pick roulette and all that cool stuff, then just copy what everyone's about to do in the live chat room. And yes, you don't have to include any book entries tonight, because we've only got one book left, and that will be spun for on Saturdays live stream. So it means by next Tuesday I won't have any more books to give away, unfortunately. But a big thank you to Phil Palmer for giving us the 5 books in the first place, for allowing us to give them away on the live streams, because it's been a cool addition to the live streams, and it's a great book as well, so it's good to get them out there. So have a little look in here. Everyone is typing I agree, and they are tagging Carla Murray as well, so just copy what everybody's doing here. And as I said, you don't have to type book, because there won't be a book for next Tuesday's live stream. So right, let me move on. I don't know what we should do. I always want to leave out a little bit of time for you guys to enter in for next week's pick roulette. But when I say I don't know what we should do, I mean to leave a little bit of time for you guys. I mean, it's only 4 minutes past 1 here in the UK, so we've still got a little bit of time, maybe 10 minutes. So what I'll do is quickly address a donation that's come in the PayPal window from Michael for £14.59. Thank you for that, Michael. And it is a straight up donation. And Dana has donated £14.59. Thank you for that. And there's a message with this that says, amazing videos. I'd love to see you do a Nina Simone video. So thank you for that. And I can certainly add Nina to my list. Thank you for that very kind donation as well. Right, what I'm going to do is, should we try and do another riff of the week thing that we did last time? I mean, it's always a little bit random as to getting this organised, because I have to pick or get the screen captured. But let's try it, because it might take 10 minutes to try and organise. So we'll try and do a riff of the week. Now, what I want you guys to do in that live chat room, and I can see that Paula M just said riff of the week ? So it actually says fifth of the week ? So you are slightly ahead of me. Anyway, or was I? No, I was ahead of you. Anyway, we'll try and do a riff of the week. What I need from you guys in the live chat room is a number between 1 and 50. Just post that in there, and then I'll pick out a random number to then have a look at the riff, and then we'll try and figure out what the riff is, because yes, I can't remember all the 100 riffs that I actually played. So let's have a look. I'm going to wait for the numbers to pop through that live chat room any second now. Jennifer says 30. Okay, 46, 14, 49. Okay, we're getting some numbers. Right. Okay, thank you guys for all of these numbers. Okay, right, I have picked one at random. Wow, we're getting lots of numbers. It's like firing off. So we're going to pick, okay, I'm going to pick one. I'm going to go for number 7. And let me now scroll down my list to find the 7th riff of the week. And I'm not sure whether I actually muted the video. No, I didn't. So I'm going to have to... Oh, there's no advert on it. Excellent. Right, so we should be able to... Hang on. Let's not go into it too much. Oh, well, we can tell it starts with a little bit of a rundown on the low E string. Right, let me get this on screen, because theoretically, last time I did this, it popped up in this gap. So let's see if it does the same. Ah, there we go. So the save function did work. Right, let's have a little look at this and see what it's going to be. It's an intermediate. And there we have it. And I held on that for a bit of a long time at the end, just exaggerating. So let's see who can name that riff. I know what it is, because this is actually on my workout playlist. So I know this song very well indeed. And I think a lot of people who are into a particular kind of music will know this as well. So let's get rid of me. And I'm going to have a little look down the live chat room to see who gets it first. And it looks like it is Lucy who says Still of the Night, of course, by Whitesnake. So that was correct. And I think it's one of those songs that, especially, Whitesnake are very well known for Still of the Night. One of those classic tunes. It's got so many cool parts to it. The breakdown as well, with the delay on it, always reminds me of a performance that I saw of Whitesnake's I was actually at Download Festival. And during Still of the Night, what they had set up on the desk was the delay, because he goes, oh baby, and he kind of goes up like that. I'm obviously not going to be belting it out, but there's some high notes, and the delay that they'd put on his voice meant that when he went, oh baby, the second time it like jumped out. So it meant that the original vocal line was quieter than the delay, and it wasn't, I mean, sometimes you get this, the guy behind the desk obviously didn't set it up correctly, so it's almost like the delay was set at 120% of the volume of the original vocal. So yeah, it all sounded a little bit weird, because even then, when he goes, no baby, and he then goes down, I'm talking about David Coverdale, of course, but then it went, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, and it's like, it's kind of jumping in to your face, all those delays. So yeah, that's a bit of a shame. But anyway, I don't know why that just popped into my memory, but this thing can happen live, just relying on the sound guy to get that delay, because it's something that wasn't automatically set in. For example, having a backing track, it was all totally live, so it meant that the sound guy was doing that on the fly. And because it's that breakdown part of the song, everyone knows that there's delay on that. It's really atmospheric, so he was trying to do that on the mixing desk, but unfortunately, it just didn't work out particularly well. So anyway, it was Still of the Night. Congratulations, Lucy. You don't win anything, but apart from having the bragging rights to say that you got that first. At least that was the first comment that I saw go through, and I was looking in the live chat room quite a lot. So anyway, thank you. Anyway, we will move forward with lots of anyways, and we are at 11 minutes past 1, so we are really calling out now for the last time really to enter into it. We're 11 minutes past 1 here, so let me just check that we're up to date. I think we're up to date with everything. Maybe we can jump into a filled tune, so a riff of the week and a filled tune. We're just cramming it into tonight's live stream. And let me just jump over to Patreon to see if anyone was requested in particular, if a filled tune was requested at all. Teresa says any filled tune. Let me see. And Leilani says Guffest. Maybe we'll just jump into Guffest. Okay, we'll jump into this, and this is definitely your last chance to enter into next week's Pick Roulette. Type I agree, tag Carla Murray's name in your comment, and by the end of this video we are going to be calling it to a close, this live stream. So let me find the right video, and I'll see you guys after this. Rock!
Holy gosh, guys, you will not believe what I have just managed to secure.
What are you talking about? Can't you see we're right in the middle of watching Jeremy Kyle?
Well, I have just managed to secure us as the headline act in this year's biggest and only festival in Maidenhead. On Monday evening.
Monday evening? Sounds like a very queer time to have the final big act of the festival. Well, I guess it must be a bank holiday for the crowds to be there.
I think we should not check and just assume that is the case. It would be great to play to a festival crowd. I'm starting to feel nervous already.
Well, I can't believe we are going to be on the main stage. This is so awesome.
Well, it can't hurt to get our music out to a larger audience and to play on a large stage. It will be a great experience for us. Hello there, I wonder if you can help me. My band are due to headline the Guff Fest and we can't find the venue. Do you know where it is? We stupidly thought we would be able to follow the crowds, but we must be in the totally wrong vicinity. Any ideas?
Oh yes. This is Guff Fest. Are you Phil Henley?
Heck. Sorry. Yes, I am Phil. I do apologize, but I seem to have missed where it is being held. Where is the crowd and where is the main stage?
The main stage, or stage 1, is located over in that direction. Stages 2 and 3 are in the opposite direction, with the acoustic stage just in front of the toilets.
Okay, great, thanks. So where do we unload to get to the main stage? Is the space on stage to have our equipment ready while the previous band are playing? And also, how far away is the field and stage, as I can't hear the crowds and I assume it must be a long walk from here?
Note, the main stage is behind you. If you look on the floor, there is some gaffer tape on the floor running diagonally across the corner of the room with main stage written on it.
Ha! For a second there I thought you said there wasn't actually a stage and that it was just a floor divided into 2 sections depicted by gaffer tape.
That is exactly what I said.
Oh, I seem to have been misled by the use of the term festival. This is in fact just a room with gaffer tape on the floor in 3 corners of the room depicting stages 1, 2 and 3. It also seems to get to the toilets you have to walk directly through the acoustic stage while the person is performing, not to mention of course the unique aroma that is being generated from behind the stage.
This is the way we set it up every year and it's always worked very well.
How many people do you get on average a year coming to this pub? Sorry, festival.
We tend not to count in numbers as I find them misleading. I hate figures.
Great. Well, I shall take that answer as attendance is minimal. Well, we have 10 friends and family coming down at least, thank ruddy heck.
Do they realize it is £6 to get in on the door?
Holy guff. Are you yanking my crank? How can you justify that entry fee? That means you will be making at least £60 from us alone. And that is before any beverage purchase being taken into account. How much are we getting paid for this gig? Sorry. Festival.
We don't pay the bands, not even petrol money, because we are totally out of order.
Well, to be fair, that seems to be common practice these days.
Yes, and also the bands that we book to play are not checked beforehand, so they could be the worst band we've ever heard.
Well, again, at least you are following the common guidelines. So shall we set up now while there is nobody around? Haha. That was a joke.
Okay. Also, we might ask you to turn yourselves down somehow, as some people prefer to watch the television, which we leave on during performances.
Fantastic. Well, do we at least get any free drinks or food? We will be here for 6 hours in total after all.
We will allow you free tap water all evening.
That's absolutely fantastic. For some reason water is something I feel like I need to stay alive. So having it from a tap for free seems like a great offer. Thank you so much.
Think nothing of it.
Oh, I will. Right, I had better get back to the van and tell the guys the good news about the extortionate ticket price, not getting paid, no stage, and no crowd. Thank you for this opportunity and this great festival. Before I leave, I must inform you this has now become the worst day of my life. Bye.
One last thing, while we were talking I could see your car was getting a parking ticket.
That's brilliant. Bye.
And there we have it, the end of another real life story, and I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Right, we are going to be calling things to a close now, so unfortunately it's going to be too late to enter in I say too late, this is right at the end of the live stream now, so you have to be really quick to enter in for next week's Pick Roulette. So, thank you guys for joining me tonight, and thank you for the very kind donations that happen throughout the live stream, because it really does allow me to keep on pushing forward and keep on making videos, buying hard drives, all that kind of stuff to, yes, never have any bumps in the road, or at least when there is a bump in the road, I can then replace anything that is causing the bump. So I will see you again tomorrow night for another analysis video, another one on Friday as well, but then live streaming on Saturday night. By the way, after the live streams, there is the after party which Vince hosts over on the Facebook, the Wings of Pegasus supporters group on Facebook. So join in with that group if you want to then get involved with the after party after these live streams on a Tuesday and a Saturday. So I'm going to be calling things to a close now, and like I said, it's right at the end. I can see Lucy's just put in an entry for next week's pick roulette, so I'm going to wait for Lucy's comment to go through, and of course it means that other people have to comment underneath, but just to push it up, and there we go. So Lucy's entry just going through there. Thank you everyone for joining me on this live stream. Take care. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the week. Hopefully I'll see you guys on Saturday night, where we will be giving away the final book of Phil Palmer's. So look out for that, as well as the t-shirt roulette if we land on it, and the pick roulette. So I will be here with another video tomorrow night, and try and stay as safe as possible in this crazy world that we live in at the moment. Unfortunately, crazy for many different reasons and depressing reasons. And we did have this story about Will Smith's slapping this other comedian guy. I can't remember what his name was. It's something like Chris Rock or something. I do not know. I'm not sure. I'd recognise his face. But anyway, yeah, so that was in the news as well, which I thought was a bit crazy. That was at the Oscars. So anyway, yeah, crazy world that we live in for so many different reasons, but try and stay as sane as possible. And I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'll see you guys live again on Saturday night, 12 midnight Greenwich Mean Time. Anyway, have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you guys then. Rock!